Hello, boys and girls, this is Understeel, of course, and welcome back to some more Battlefield 3 gameplay, baby. We got some Grand Bazaar Rush Attack with the AN-94, and today we're gonna talk about a couple of things, actually. I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks. I'm gonna talk a little bit of Battlefield 4, and also, like, more Swedish talking videos are coming as well. So first off, the really exciting good news, of course, is that the 1st of October is gonna be the date when Battlefield 4 releases, or not releases, but when the closed beta actually opens for everyone who pre-ordered Battlefield 4, everyone who bought Medal of Honor Warfighter, and everybody who had Battlefield 3 Premium, and I think there's one more way you can have it as well. I'm not 100% sure what that is, though. I can't remember it. There's so many ways you can have Battlefield 4 closed beta. But then, of course, after that, Battlefield 4 is going to be available to everybody, even if you haven't pre-ordered or anything like that, for I think like a week in the open beta, just like how I actually discovered it, because I basically didn't play any Battlefield games until Bad Company 2 again. That's when I started playing the Battlefield games again, and I never pre-ordered Battlefield 3. I wasn't impressed with what I've seen, and then I played Metro, the open beta, and I was like, my freaking god, this is amazing. This is so good. I gotta have this game, and the rest is history. Like 500 plus videos, about 100 montages. I've done a lot of Battlefield 3 videos. I've in average almost one every single day since the damn game released. Almost one every single day. So pretty much quite a lot of videos. So I'm not gonna say anything more really about the closed beta, because like I'm not 100% sure it's gonna be the 1st of October, but I'm like 99% sure. So if I'm mistaken here, please don't hate me. I think it might be like the 3rd of October in Sweden, for example. So I know that kind of stinks. So hopefully it's gonna be released on the same dates in all countries. But in more news, there's gonna be a new Battlefield how-to video, or tutorial video, or tips and tricks video on Splay Gaming. It's of course gonna be all in Swedish, except for my usual hello boys and girls, this is Understeel, of course, and then the English simply stops and it turns into Swedish. The first one had actually a really good response. Over 10,000 people watched it. I did not think I had that many Swedish subscribers, so that made me fucking happy, to be honest. And I think a couple of you guys who don't even speak Swedish watched it also, so thank you for that as well. I guess it might be a little bit interesting to hear how I sound like when I speak my language, so to say. But I realized that the tips and tricks I'm showing in this new video, it's not out yet. It's gonna be out in maybe like a week or so, but I just finished it yesterday. It took me about 5 hours to make, to get the right footage and stuff, so I'm not saying it's like super good or anything like that, but it's gonna be an interesting movie or interesting video to watch, especially for Swedes who can understand what I'm doing in it. But that was kind of the thing. I realized that this is actually tips and tricks I really haven't covered in any of my English speaking videos, so I thought I would cover it a little bit here. So one of the first things I talk about in the video, actually in Swedish of course, is you should optimize your game, or optimize the game for your computer. That means simply that you should make sure you know what kind of FPS you're getting, and the easiest way of knowing what kind of FPS you're getting is open the developer console and typing render dot draw FPS space 1. I'm probably gonna edit in the text anyways. The developer console is the button right next to the number 1 button on your keyboard, or under escape. At least it's on like that on a Swedish keyboard, and I think that's how it is in most other keyboards as well. I'm hoping, at least. And simply that just allows you to see the FPS. And what I always advocate is that you should always have a low ping, preferably under 60, as you know, I've said this many times, because that makes your playing experience a lot more fun. And also you should always try to have over 60 FPS, frames per second, because otherwise your game turns into a slideshow, and it's kind of hard to shoot the enemies when you're having a slideshow and they're having 60 or 100 FPS. Personally, I enjoy playing on 60 to 100 FPS. I never want to have anything less than 60. Anything less than 60 gives me actually a headache, and also of course makes me really kind of suck at the game, to be honest. It's a lot harder to do good at a game when you have less than 60 FPS. And like, really, honestly, like, I would not do as good if I had like 30 or 25 FPS all the time. Definitely not. And the best thing of doing this is, of course, going into your settings in the game and just turn down the graphics and the resolution until you notice that, yeah, my game usually holds 60 FPS all the time, and then you just stay at that graphic settings, because Battlefield looks so good anyways, even on low graphic settings. You don't need Ultra, to be honest, like, and Battlefield 4 you definitely won't need Ultra, because that looks so fucking good in Ultra. There's like no reason you need to have it like that. Taste my knife, bitch. Taste my knife. So I thought I would kind of talk about that a little bit. I think the other tip I talk about in the video, it's basically about how you should pick a gun after what kind of map, or how you want to like move about on the map, or you should pick the way you move about the map after like how you pick the gun, so to say. And I think I've talked about that a lot, but I'm just gonna briefly like revisit it, so to say, just to mention it, because I know it's gonna help a lot of you guys. So, for example, if you're on a map where it's medium distance, of course you can always use a sniper rifle, but it may maybe not be the best option to use. But assault rifles are, of course, gonna be very good for that. Shotguns and like machine guns and similar won't be so very good. Personally, I recommend using shotguns and machine guns and SMGs on the short-range maps. Grand Bazaar is kind of a short-range map in the beginning, but here, right at this point, it's kind of a little bit of a longer range, depending on how you move. But of course, you would be able to play with a SMG or a submachine gun or similar here as well, as long as you kind of take this route that I'm taking right now and like use the cover that is on the map and similar. But yeah, that's just about it. I know it's not something super cool or like exciting I'm telling you about. It's just that I don't want to seem like a dick, like I'm giving my Swedish viewers and Norwegian, because those are usually the people that understand Swedish, some special treatment. But it is just simply that, like, I'm good friends with Tabes. Tabes is the guy running the Splay Gaming, the Swedish gaming channel. And I mean, I want to show some love to my friend and like help him out launching the channel and making sure the channel is going to be awesome. So like me, for example, and Incredible Orb is doing videos for it, and some other Swedish smaller channels as well that I don't really know the names of, to be honest. So I want to kind of help him out and like launch his channel as good as possible and make sure it's a hit, because I think Sweden needs a channel that kind of helps out Swedish uploaders, because there's so many channels out there that's helping Americans and Canadians, for example, but not really Swedes or Europeans, to be honest either. I think like there's one network now that is kind of European, Divimove. They seem fucking awesome, to be honest. They seem to be really nice network, but that's about it. And I mean, like, it's always good if you can have a Swedish alternative when you're Swedish, especially if it's my friend Tapes that's running it. So that's pretty awesome in my opinion. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I know, a little bit of ribbly rabbling and so on and so on. At least I hope you a lot of you guys didn't know about all this stuff. If you already did, I'm sorry for telling you stuff you already know, but that's the thing. You sometimes you're gonna weigh the benefits for many compared to the benefits to few. So as usual, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.